In this week's edition of my 8 favorite memories in my 37 years at Channel 8, this is not a favorite, but it is certainly a memory. Some of you actually thought it might be as high as number 1. The Barry Switzer interview.
Cowboys coach Barry Switzer joins me here tonight. I assume you're ready to go too, aren't you?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go back to Dallas.
Switzer had been hired early in 1994 to replace Jimmy Johnson as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman told me that day, "Hansen, you're going to love this guy because he's crazy." Well, Aikman was half right about that. We get to training camp in August of 94, and the day of the interview, I'm on the radio show with Norm Hitzges, and I told Norm, I think the Cowboys will win another Super Bowl this year. Norm said, is there any reason they wouldn't? And I said, the only reason I can think of is the fact that Switzer's having trouble with his assistant coaches. Several of them thought they should have been the head coach instead of him, and I was right about that. Everybody knew I was, including Switzer. Brad Sham came up to me and said, "What did you do?" I didn't think I had done anything. Mickey Spagnola told me later in the day, "Be careful, because Switzer's coming after you tonight." Luck or fate or whatever you want to call it, I had Barry Switzer scheduled to be live on my sports special in Austin that night, and sure enough, Mickey Spagnola was right.
You made a phone call to on Norm Hitzges' show, and you said that we had a controversy on our staff down here today, and discord and all. And
a power struggle.
A power struggle on our staff. And
you saying that's not true?
Who's power and struggling? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your assistants are all fighting, as some people have said to me, you've got like 5 head coaches trying to...
assistant head coaches, trying to be assistant head coaches.
Trying to be head coaches.
Dale, you know better than that. I've got the second fastest gun on this team. You know what? Jerry's got the one, and I got the other, and I can fire any coach or any player on this squad, you know, other than the ones who got the great contracts and all the money.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson said, going in 1984, it was his worst year in coaching, and the worst mistake he ever made was taking over a football team with an inherited staff. Aren't you making the same mistake?
No, not at all. Not at all. Those guys and I get along great, and all you got to do is interview them. Hey, we get along fine. And with Kevin O'Neill, you said we had a screaming match and altercation. I
said players told me that happened.
Well, I don't know what players you're talking to, but it certainly didn't happen. I asked Kevin. I said, "What are they talking about?" I asked the coaches. I grabbed the reporters. Come in here, talk to the staff. Well,
see, I don't.
Nothing. You guys fabricate things you can't think. Well, you all need to read the Dallas Observer. Where do you get this from?
No.
Come on, tell me about it. Where does it come from?
I know where my sources come from. I mean, you don't have to take a cheap shot.
Where's it come from? No, I'm not saying. I'm not. Hey, I've had as much heat as you have. Hey, we're on the same team. We come from the same school.
I'm with you on that.
Let me ask you
wait,
something.
Here's my point. No, I never said, nor is anybody saying, that an assistant coach has a problem with Barry Switzer. What I'm saying, and what a lot of players are saying, and what a lot of coaches are saying, that assistant coaches are having problems with assistant coaches, and players want you to step up and stop it.
I think you don't know what you're talking about, and they don't either, Dale Hansen. There is no problem here on this staff in the Dallas Cowboys. I promise you that.
You haven't had any second thoughts or lost, obviously, any of the enthusiasm for this job that you had in March?
Not at all. You know, not at all. I love it. I love doing what I'm doing, the interaction of the coaches and the players, even though we got dissension, as you say. I love it anyway. I love going meeting those guys, and I think I'll go fire a couple. I wish Larry Lace will work for me where I could fire him, but he works for Jerry Jones, see? Maybe I need to do something like that. I'll think about firing someone tonight over there.
Well, you know,
they know who the boss is, and I am the boss. Don't you ever question that, and Jerry Jones knows that too. You know why? Because if I wasn't, I say, Jerry, this is your team. I'm your coach. But if I don't like it, and there comes down to a decision between me and a coach or a player, not the guys and Aikman and him, we're talking about a different level. Hey, it's me or them. Handle that. Because I can go back and sit on my couch any day because I came to Dallas with more money than Jimmy left with.
This is starting to hurt a little bit, but it hasn't changed what I believe. I gave you the forum. I still think you've got dissension among your staff.
Oh, you
I
don't know
really
what
do.
you're talking about. You guys fabricate, manufacture.
We make it all up.
You do. You're the guy that told us last week, walked up to Jerry.
Do me a favor.
You said that Tony Casillas had a brain tumor.
I never said.
You guys manufacture everything. Oh, I got a radiologist. It just saw the film. You guys manufacture everything.
Did you ever see that story on the air or in
but
print?
You walked over and told Jerry that.
I did not tell him that. I did not tell him that. Now wait a minute. If you're going to start, I did not do that. I asked the question.
Are you getting good ratings tonight? Is anybody going to watch this?
Good ratings.
Yeah,
but don't start questioning. Now wait a minute.
You told Jerry he had a brain tumor.
I did not. I did not.
Did you tell someone?
I did not tell anybody.
Oh, wait a minute. No, wait.
I did not tell anybody.
Oh,
Now, wait a minute, Barry. I'm going to give you the forum. I'm giving you the forum, but let's play fair. I did not tell anybody any such thing. I ask a lot of questions. I ask a lot of tough questions. I try to ask tough questions.
Well, but you were false about that.
I didn't ask. I never reported that. I never reported that. I never
coaching
reported
staff
that.
as dissension. That's ridiculous.
I never reported that.
I think I'll go talk to Kevin on it. I'm going to have a screaming match with Kevin. Send your camera over.
Start hitting my other arm.
Out of bed.
Start hitting my other arm next time around. Cowboys coach Barry Switzer.
The next day, Barry Switzer told Barry Horn in the Dallas Morning News that Hansen needs to start taking steroids to get bigger and stronger. And I said to Barry Horn, why am I not surprised that Switzer thinks steroids are the way to get bigger? The Morning News decided not to run that because apparently they didn't want Barry Switzer to look bad. That Saturday night, we had a preseason game, and Brad did a commentary in support of me, calling out Switzer for the liar that he was. And Larry Lacewell, a member of the Cowboys staff at the time, said then, I don't know if we can win a Super Bowl with Barry Switzer as the head coach, but we can sure as hell win a Super Bowl without Brad Sham and Dale Hansen on the radio. Well, apparently they can't. But as we have also found, I've said it many times, it was a choice that Jerry Jones had to make between his head coach or the radio crew. I think he made the wrong choice. I'm Dale Hansen. Barry Switzer's interview is number 6.